At a Caesars casino in Indiana, gamblers who sat down at one slot machine found the one-armed bandit was crediting them with $10 for every $1 they put in. Those players didn't say anything to management, surprise, surprise, and now the casino's considering filing criminal charges against them. Caesars lost about $500,000 that day, but do they have a legal leg to stand on? Joining us now, attorneys Tom Simeone and Paul Butler. Well, Tom, let me start with this. Thanks for joining us first.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Isn't it understandable that, I mean, there's a huge temptation there. You've got a lot of money credited to you for no reason. Yeah, you know something's wrong, but isn't there a huge temptation to just keep it and walk away?
Oh, exactly. And I think the thing to keep in mind is there were scores, about more than 24 people apparently took money and walked away with it, and finally one person alerted the casino to it. Yeah. So if legal matters apart, there's a huge temptation to take that money because you're at a casino and you're trying to win money. No doubt about that.
Paul, where do you stand on this?
Well, the problem, Steve, is that a big money-making casino is simply not a sympathetic victim. $500,000 is chump change for these casinos, and if they go after these poor people who had one great day where they made a little bit of money, that's not going to look good in front of a jury. The casino's just going to look like this big, greedy monster.
Well, that's right, but do you think it's not technically theft? You would think it is.
Well, it may not be, because they may not have had criminal intent. You know, everybody knows if the slot machine makes a mistake, you don't get your money back, so why should it not work the other way around, too? Why shouldn't the people be able to benefit when there's a mistake in their favor?
Well, Tom, shouldn't the casino have made the machine, make sure the machine is working, tested, calibrated, check out their equipment before they put it out on the floor?
They definitely should have. And if they didn't do so, that'll come out in the wash.
Right.
What matters is this. The law is very clear. If there is a malfunction in a machine, all bets are off. And most machines actually say on them, in the event of malfunction, no pay and no play.
They're not responsible for their own malfunctions.
Again, what it gets down to is what's a malfunction. There is litigation. A malfunction is defined by each court, and it can't be something you intend to happen or through negligence. But if this is truly just a mistake and the machine malfunctioned, all bets are off, and you get your money back, but those are not winnings that come out. That's still casino money.
Okay, so the question, Paul, you said the question is intent. I want to ask you this. Isn't the intent pretty clear when people see they're getting more money than they should be getting and they just walk away with it?
Well, again, no, because the law is if the machine makes a mistake, then the casino doesn't benefit. So I would think, well, my goodness, if it makes a mistake in my favor, then I should have the benefit of that as well. But you know, in addition to having no jury appeal, it's going to be difficult for the government to prove this case. This incident happened over a year ago. Why is it taking so long for this to get into a prosecution stage? I think it's just going to be a really difficult case to win.
I think some people came forward, Paul, but others they're going to have to look for, and that's going to be a long and tedious process, right?
And it's not the crime of the century, so if they really want their money back that badly, then they should bring a civil action. But this isn't anything that somebody should go to jail over. I mean, give me a break.
Okay, Tom, last word on this. What do you think?
To a certain degree, I understand. If it's one person making $10 or so, you have here is over 24 people taking over $487,000,
right,
which means this machine must have come back 4,000 times in a row with a hit, and people taking the money and taking the money. I agree with the professor that it may not be popular and the jury may not like it, but this is not an instance of one-time innocent player.
All right. Tom Simeone, Paul Butler, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
It's great to be here.
Thank you.